Welcome to the Import Outlaws YouTube channel. What's up, guys? We have made it to Kokomo Speedway for the $100,000 to win Woomba race. This is pretty crazy. I think it's history being made. I think they have over 176 cars or something like that. Pretty cool to be part of it, and I'm really hoping at the end of this, we're the ones holding that check. It was about a 16.5-hour ride for us, but the trip went smooth. Right now, we're getting ready to go out for practice, and then we got qualifying and heat races later tonight. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump into this video real quick. We didn't have a whole lot of time between practice and qualifying to record any videos. We had a lot of changes to make. I literally got out of the car, went to work, and got right back into the car for qualifying. There's gonna be a couple other times through this video that I jump into it and do something like this because one, either the footage is messed up, or two, we just didn't have time to film anything, so I apologize for that. Please bear with us. We only got one round of practice, and I couldn't see a whole lot because the track was real dusty, and we had also made some changes to the car, which definitely didn't go in the right direction. After that round of practice, we went back to something that we knew would work, and it was a lot better for qualifying. But anyway, that's it for practice, and we'll roll into qualifying now. All right, so as you guys saw, I qualified 4th in Group 1. With there being so many entries in this event, they actually broke us up into 25 car groups. And I was the first group, qualified 4th in that, which they used that to determine the first 2 heat races. As you guys are about to see, we're gonna go into the draft where they actually go down the list based on qualifying order, and you get to pick where you wanna start in the first or second heat, or so on and so forth. They actually use a point system for this event, which I really liked. And you get a certain amount of points from your qualifying position plus an additional amount of points from your heat race position. Well, finishing position, that is. Since I got to pick my starting spot early on, I chose to go to 10th That way I can maximize my passing points. You get additional points for every car you pass in your heat race versus where you finish. So you didn't necessarily have to win the heat, you just had to pass a lot of cars. So now we're gonna hop into that heat race draft now.
Outside Bo Heat 1, there you go. Reid Christensen, Springfield, Georgia driver. Taking a deep breath. I know it's tough. Pressure's on. I like it. There you go. 10th in Heat 1. That's where you earn the most points.
All right, guys, so in that heat race, I was actually supposed to roll off 10th, but one car did not start and they put us in 9th. When something like this happens, they still award you the passing points for the position you were supposed to start in. So we didn't get hit there, but in reality, I really wish I would have started 11th because then I would have got a little bit more. In my mind, the way I saw it playing out is that the top line would roll past the bottom line, which is why I chose to go to 10th instead of 11th. In reality, I was forced to go to 9th anyway, so it would have been nice to capitalize on a little extra points. It still put us in a good spot. We actually ended up 14th overall, and they're taking the top 14 straight to the main event. I was really happy to be in that spot because that means we didn't have to go through the alphabet soup, which is like the B mains, C mains, D mains, so on and so forth. Luckily, we were able to hang out, enjoy some time with friends and family, and get to meet a lot of the fans that came up and bought shirts and stuff like that. But while we're on that topic, make sure you guys head over to importoutlaws.shop, pick up some merch. We have a few new designs of shirts, and we're gonna get some more hats up on the website soon. Again, that's importoutlaws.shop, and we really appreciate the support. All of this money goes right back into our racing program, so thank you guys so much for that. That's going to wrap up all of the excitement from night 1, and now we'll move into night 2.
You're not doing much work.
I'm working on this piece of pizza. We had a couple things to fix after that heat race last night. Whenever I made a little bit of contact with Lee, it looks like we actually broke a brake line, so we're getting that swapped out. We got to go through and rebleed all the brakes, but other than that, the car should be good to go. I am going to make a couple changes to try and free it up some because I've been struggling on exit all weekend long. Other than that, we should have a pretty good unit for this this main event. I think that $100,000 check would look really good in the shop.
That track's gonna be totally different than last night. Those guys been working at high speed all the way around. There's a lot of moisture in the track.
I don't want it to keep like pulling away from the chassis, as you know, with how rough the track was last night.
What you doing under there?
Oh, the chassis separating off the frame.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Just
Is it fixable?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, we're getting ready to weld the right rear suspension back together. It looks like it's pulling away from the chassis a little bit, so.
That's what Garrett just said. I asked him if it was fixable. He said yes.
Hey, everything's fixable with enough weld and pipe and stuff like that, so.
Say Daddy's helper is trying to race and not help.
Yeah, I know. But we're gonna get it squared away. I'm unplugging the ECU now so we don't burn it up and all that, so. One thing to keep in mind, always unplug your ECU right here when you're welding on the car.
Good advice.
Turn the voltage back down a bump and then turn the wire speed up a bump. Tie rod's bad.
All right, turn to the left, Dad.
All right, guys, I just wanted to explain what was happening here. Between that final round of practice and the start of the main event, we only had a few minutes. And after that round of practice, I knew that something was wrong in the steering. We came in and we went to work. We were just looking over everything, and come to find out, we had a bad inner tie rod end on the right front. And I think this was left over from some contact I made with Lee in the heat race. Every time we would roll the car back and forth and check the toe, it was different by about a ½ inch. Anyway, we got that fixed, got strapped in the car, and rolled off for the main event.
race fans, Reid Christensen wins the XR Woomba here at Kokomo Speedway. And this is what it's about here this weekend, as we'll hold the trophy here. You don't want to break the hardware. We'll let them take a deep breath. We'll let them celebrate. Reid, what a battle. We knew 60 laps, only 5 remain. We knew it was going to be tough. It's supposed to be tough. We started with 175 compacts from 27 states, my friend, down to the top 24, down to the top 5, and you're in victory lane and $100,000 richer.
I need someone to pinch me. I feel like I'm dreaming. But, yeah, I broke second gear like 5 laps into the race, and I counted myself out at that point, and I could never imagine I'd be standing right here in victory lane. Man, this is freaking crazy. This is life-changing.
Well, I've been a lot of places all over with different divisions, but these fans were cheering all the way through. I mean, after 2 o'clock in the morning, but compact fans are some of the best in the nation. You drivers are the best in the nation. And I know you got to be happy to be here in victory lane.
Man, I'm so fortunate to be able to get to do this stuff. If it wasn't for my wife and my family that's all here behind me tonight, they flew from Florida, from Colorado. They come out here just to watch us do this thing. I got to thank my sponsors, Ford Piston Racing, Jason Waters Tuning, Action Graphix, DAM Trucking, Trikshot Productions, K&R Services, and AMSOIL. Country Lubricants, all you guys are just such a big part of getting me here. So thank you guys for that, and thank you to all the fans that stuck around and watched this thing. It's freaking crazy.
Well, I'm going to let you celebrate with your family, but congratulations. You are the inaugural XR Woomba winner, and now the richest compact winner on to date, $100,000 Reid Christensen, race fans.
All right, guys, we have made it home safe and sound, and I still can't believe what happened. I am so lucky to do this kind of stuff, and you know, it's the icing on the cake. We had the opportunity to run by Ford Piston and meet all of those guys. They're such an awesome group of people, not even just Josh and Luke, but the employees that work there. They were super chill. Super fun to talk to. So if you guys are watching this, I really enjoyed my time there and getting to meet you guys. So big thanks to the 4Piston team, Jason Waters Tuning, DAM Trucking, Action Graphix, Trikshot Productions, K&R Services, AMSOIL, and Country Lubricants. Thank you to all of you that support this page, that share these videos, like them, buy our merch at the track. All of that stuff goes such a long way, and we really, really do appreciate it. This weekend was truly a blessing. We really enjoyed it. Shout out to XR Events and Kokomo Speedway for putting this thing on. We really enjoyed it, and hopefully in a couple years we get to do it again. That's going to be it for this one. We'll see you guys on the next one. We do have a lot of videos that we're getting ready to post. We have been insanely busy in the shop, which has definitely cut into my editing time. So I apologize for that, but we do have a lot of things in the works. Thank you guys for your support. We'll see you guys on the next one.